All right, so today we're going to work on the left-hand side of the painting where we have all of the greens in here and the oranges or earth tones, red earth tones. So I'm going to start. I have here sap green, burnt sienna, burnt umber. And I'm using a flat or a bright brush. Both are fine. I think bright will be a little bit easier to use. Okay, let's start with the burnt sienna, and I'm gonna take a little bit of burnt umber, put it in. We still want to see the red color of the earth tone burnt sienna, but a little bit darker. And then we will apply the green after. So burnt umber, burnt sienna, and sap green, we're going to put them in layers. With my brush, I'm just going to add colors, which is a combination of burnt sienna and a little bit of burnt umber. And with the corner of my brush, I'm just dabbing, pushing the color where there's an edge out, pushing my brush so I don't get a thick layer or thick straight line. It doesn't matter what brush stroke it is right now. We're just filling a thin layer of greenery in here, or earth tone, I should say. Okay, just kind of. And then over this, we will start then applying more details. Some greens, some browns. And, you know, I simplified a lot in my painting here from the reference. Simplified the details. There, corner. I think I have a little bit here too, right here. And there's green down here, so we'll do the green after, at this level here, at the bottom of the road. All right, let's keep this the way it is right now. Let it dry, and then we'll come back to it. I'm gonna pause. All right, so next step, I'm gonna use just burnt sienna at this point, and apply a little bit of, with the corner of my brush, just kind of a straight horizontal line, not like a line, but kind of like a path. I don't know if you can see it here. Let's push this up a bit. Okay. And let's put a little bit of this color, which is just burnt sienna. Just kind of gives me that reddish, earthy tone. And I'm gonna take now sap green You don't need to wash your brush. Pick up some of the, little bit, actually, I should say, of the burnt sienna, tiny bit with the corner of your brush, and mix it with sap green. So burnt sienna, sap green, and let's put some green in here. Corner of my brush. You know, the reference is an AI created by using AI. So whatever.
Now, is it your AI or is it
No,
AI?
somebody's AI, somebody's, not mine. And it's not really clear what's happening in certain areas, but that's okay. We're just we will just do it our way. And the AI thing here will be just a guideline. So the green is, I'm just pushing the green around here and there. And creating a little bit of a depth in here. So using sap green, little bit of, tiny bit of burnt sienna, just to make the sap green more earthy, especially for the first layer. And then we're going to highlight. So when we highlight, we'll give it a bit of more detail, especially for the front one here that I'm doing right now. Let's put some in here too, the screen down here. All right, I'm gonna pause a bit. Right, now let's highlight the green. So I have sap green here, and you can just take sap green, put cadmium yellow light, and I have a bit of titanium white right next to it. Changed my brush into a smaller brush, bright. It's still bright or flat, but smaller. And I'm going to use, this is a mid-tone, kind of not really a strong highlight yet. So mid-tone. And I'm going to use the corner of my brush and just kind of with the corner of my brush, dab over here a little bit of a lighter green. This is when we start seeing this green. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna. Make my color a little bit more olive green. Yeah, that's better. So tone it down into more earthy green. And highlight this part. And right here. Again. So this is when we start shaping, because we're using highlights. And it's like mid-tone, not really a strong highlight. We start shaping the green in here, or the trees, because you can see them. Again, let's take that, just with the corner of my brush, here and there. And I'm going to stop right here, because I might need to change my brush. If not, if I can do it without changing my brush, I'll do that. Let's put some water in here. Let's try without changing brush. Oh, it's working. Okay, there we go. This is more kind of, I'm seeing more of the detail of the green now. And I'm going to highlight this more later on. Let's see. Right, a little bit more yellow. Into the green, and let's highlight. A little bit more. Give more highlights to the screen in here. Hmm. All right. Okay. Now, kind of a little bit more of this, a bit of a highlight in here. So I'm just using sap green and cadmium yellow light, and I'm just going to go in and just dab with the corner of my brush a little bit more highlights in here where the green is. push in some of the green into the orange that we have, or actually, I should say the burnt sienna. Okay, good. Right, let's take some burnt sienna. I'm going to put a bit of yellow in the burnt sienna, cadmium yellow light. That will highlight the burnt sienna without turning it pink, and highlight certain areas. Just dab. I really don't want to go into detail with these things here. Just kind of dabbing here and there. One more thing to do. I'm going to get a round brush, take burnt umber. I'll put a little bit of sap green in my burnt umber. And just put a couple of branches just to detail. So it's not only just leaves. I'm going to take a bit of white with my burnt umber and a little bit of burnt sienna. Highlight this wall a bit. All right, good. All right, we're going to do one more thing on top here. We'll put the orange leaves. The orange leaves up there are really nice. So I'm going to start with just burnt sienna. Changing my brush into the bright or flat. And I'm going to just put a hint of leaves in here. We will highlight them after. This is just the first layer. Let's take a bit of burnt umber and put it in the burnt sienna just to give it depth. Just for the first layer. Again, burnt umber, sap green, a little bit of sap green in the burnt umber. You don't have to, even just burnt umber is fine. And let's give movement of kind of a thin branch. Oh, this is too thick. I'm gonna let it dry because these branches are looking a little bit too thick. Just let it dry a bit, and then we will highlight. We can do the same thing on the other side, but we need a really good brush tip for this side. So round brush, I need one. Here we go. Very good round brush, small one, to get a thin line, and then water your color down a bit. Because when you water your color down, you will get a thin line. These little kind of branches give the perspective, depth to the composition. Okay, right. Now, if you want to get a really kind of orangey color for the, or bright color for the leaves, when we highlight them, we're going to need a little bit of cadmium orange. If you don't want to use cadmium orange, adding yellow to the burnt sienna will help, but cadmium orange will give it a brighter kind of orange or burnt sienna. So I'm going to do the same. I'm using a round brush. I'm going to highlight a couple now, a little bit more detail. With the round brush. Right, that's good. More than enough. We can add a little bit of red, but I don't think we need that to the burnt sienna for this part. But I'm just gonna use the same colors. Just add a couple of little dots. I'm adding yellow, white to the burnt sienna. Just trying to highlight it. And just dab a couple around here. Okay, that's good. Don't need more than that. And maybe just highlight some of the burnt sienna that I have down here. And next we will be doing this part, the road. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't want to, put too many details here, because really we're going to take away from this part. So it's a lot of work for this part here. I'm going to pause. Oh, no. All right, so we're not doing anything more for this week. Next week we'll work on the path, and then this project will be done. So until next week.